Alright guys, here we are. I just cut the car off here. I'm going to show you guys what I do when I shut my car off, putting my after run oil in, and just what I do before I put it up to store it. Basically just putting after run oil in it. If you want to get your brush, this is what I do. I mean, other people may have other ways of doing it, but this is what I do. Air compressor would work best with this, but get all your dirt off your car here best you can. Best, like I said, spray it with an air compressor. Let me get the camera over onto the car here. There we go. Get all the dust. This is not very dirty, so it's been out on the street, so it's not that bad. But get all your dirt off there. Still warm, so you want. I try to do this while it's still kind of warm. Pull your glow plug out. Make sure there's no dirt around the glow plug. And I've already dusted this off, so there's no dirt in there. You don't want dirt dropping down in your cylinder there. So I just pull the glow plug out, because dirt will get around your glow plug there and fall down in there when you pull your glow plug out. Take 3-in-1. I put 5 drops down in here. Five drops of 3-in-1, and I pull my air filter boot off here. You can put 3-in-1 down in there, but this is what I use, and I found this works a little better. Works for me. Open your throttle up halfway and just give it a small, just a little squirt down in there. That'll lube up your horizontal carburetor going across in there. Get down in there on your crank, and now work your flywheel back and forth. Let that piston go up and down in there. That'll work that lube up down in there, up and down. Got a bee flying around me over here. I'm watching him. Okay, so we're working that piston up down in there, working that oil, that lube up and down in the cylinder, getting it worked around in the crank. Work your throttle back a little bit. Make sure before you pull that boot off you got no dirt around your carburetor and all that stuff, because it'll go down in there. So you don't want to do that. Same with the glow plug. You don't want dirt falling down in there. So that's what I do. Put your boot back on. Just put your glow plug back in there. I don't tighten it all the way back up, because I always put a drop down in there before I start it. Sometimes it depends on how long it's been setting, but just snug your glow plug up. But always make sure your glow plug is snug before you restart your car. So that's how I do the after run oil. And this thing's pretty much ready to set. I may probably pull the battery out of it. Don't like leaving the battery in it, but that's what I do after I run my cars. It's still warm. Like I said, you want to do it while it's still kind of warm. I find it'll let the lube soak up in there a little better while the metal's still got some heat to it. But you don't have to do it while it's still scalding hot. So, but I always put after run oil in your stuff, because when you have your fuel in there, and your fuel will create moisture inside your engine and it will rust your crank. You don't want that. So Nitro has water in it, so I always remember that. So that 3-in-1, that WD will get down in there, take care of that little bit of moisture that's in the fuel. If there's any left, always run your car out of fuel. Don't turn it off, drain the tank. Always try to run it out of fuel. It'll stop. Make sure your piston's on the bottom dead center. I forgot to say that too. Always make sure your piston's on bottom dead center before you put the oil in. But that's a wrap it up. That's a hillbilly tip right there. That's what I do. So we'll catch you on the next one, guys. More RC videos coming your way. See you guys.